Okay, hello dear friends, good evening, such a beautiful, beautiful evening. So this video we will talk about calligraphy and calligraphy materials. And I think now I am becoming more and more interested in doing calligraphy. And it is something, the more you do, like anything else, the more you do something, the more you get interested in doing it, the more you love doing it, the more you find the fun of doing it. And calligraphy is exactly, for me, is exactly like this. And one friend asking about brushes, whether this brush is for calligraphy or painting. So I will take this opportunity to give a clear explanation again. So all these brushes, they are more or less the same. For beginners like you and I usually do not even see the difference. I do not really distinguish the difference. For people who use it so very often, they can have a personal preference. For us, it's not that much, and a more general use brush can get you start. And this is general use in the sense it can be used for anything, but it's nothing cheap, nothing inferior. It's a good quality brush and very forgiving and tolerating. The white here is gold here, is relatively softer, and the brown here is wolf here. 狼毫 in Chinese is wolf here. There is no wolf. There is not enough wolf to make this kind of weasel, skunk, or this kind of small animal here. And if you are vegetarian, if you are vegan, do not use this kind of brush. You find a nylon brush substitute. I actually have nylon brush, which feels quite the same, but not animal hair. Okay, so I start to give, now I'm making a set of 2 brushes. I usually sell a set of 3 brushes with 1 tiny brush for painting outline. But let's just do calligraphy. You need 2 brushes. 2 brushes, you get different texture, different feel, different strength. And also, 1 brush can take a rest. Today you use this brush, tomorrow you use the other brush, or one style use one particular brush, another style you use a different brush. This way can extend the life of each of these brushes. So here is the brush. You will find it on my online shop. I will put it on the link of this video. Brush set. And here is the inkstone. I like round inkstone, but I also have this longitude inkstone. It also works. So this inkstone is not too big, so one time you grind it 5 to 10 minutes, it's good enough for you to get started. So if you grind it for 5 to 10 minutes, you can get the ink for you to use. And I have different level of ink stick. One is Huangshan Songnian. It's pine soot, but it's not because it's pine soot. It's just a relatively lower quality. And 大好山水, you can see this. This is oil ink stick and looks much better and use much smoother. And it's only a question of price. It's only a question of your budget. Both of these ink eventually give you very, very, very black ink. They are all good. And if you want to have something more expensive, use this one. If you do not want to spend that much money, use the less expensive one. At the end of the day, they both get a good ink. I also have this liquid ink, but grinding ink itself is such a pleasant and fun activity, a calming activity. So that is very good. So we have talked. I think my husband is cooking, so he used hot water to do something, and then the stove will have this sound. I'm sorry, I am distracted. Okay, here is the paper. The paper has two sides, and you can choose to use rough side or front side. These two sides has the same absorbance. The absorbance of the two sides does not have different. It's only the feel different. With an old brush, I use the rough side. I want to get the tooth of the brush, of the paper, and I want to feel the struggle of my hand going through the paper. You definitely can use the front side. If I have a new brush, I will use the front side, because the very tip of it is so delicate. I do not want to damage it. I want to use something smooth. And this paper, okay, about the size. This paper, let me shrink it a little bit so that you can see. Oh, why not? Okay. I cannot shrink it. That is very strange. No, I cannot shrink it. Okay, so we will not shrink it. It's okay. You can see the size. This one, use this brush. You can do like what I have done right now. You can choose different size. I think this sense. You can write 24 or 4, 4, 6, 24, 23, 4, 6, 24 or, oh my goodness, that's a big difference. You can write 20 something letters with it. And every day I write 2 pages to let me calm down, to let me get focused. It's my meditation. Meditation, just sitting there doing nothing. I do not have the ability to focus myself just yet. Okay, some friends asking about the calligraphy book. And I still have a couple of these books. And this book is very, very big. And it's so big that I have hard time to ship it. I think now I have some big envelope I can ship it. And they are, as you can see on this side, it explains in Chinese. If you do not read Chinese, not a problem at all, because you can see the jing 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 jing. It has very clear indication of how the stroke is constructed. So you can, it's a very self-explanatory. And this side is water reusable, water magic paper. So you can write when it is with water. When it is dried out, write it again. and you can use it till the end of the world. You can keep on writing it. And what else good? So you can keep on writing. I enjoy very much using real paper because it's not that expensive. I can afford it, and I can just use ink. That feeling makes me very happy, it's a very fulfilling feeling. If you want to save some paper, this is also a good one. And one thing, before if you buy it, and one day you started to use it and you find the paper wrinkles and wobbly, not a problem, because you can still use it. After some use, this paper become wobbly. That is because it's reusable paper. Any paper you put water, it's just naturally becomes wobbly, right? There's no magic about that. 静文语. Oh my goodness. So on the left side is the exercise. On the right side is a Chinese poem. 天高任鸟飞，海阔凭鱼跃。天高任鸟飞，读书破万卷，下笔如有神。Oh, I love it. 静闻鱼读，天高任鸟翔，任鸟飞。静闻鱼独乐，笑对鸟谈天。得山水清气，及天地大观。竹阴虚寿矣，松以静延年。墨韵香流久，文章几益多。文章how do I read this word? 文章锦益多。Oh my goodness, that's a very, very beautiful. Yeah. So I have a different style. This is 颜真卿颜体, and this one is 隶书立体. I think it's 隶书曹全碑. It didn't. 隶书 yes 隶书楷书隶书隶书. I very much like this style of writing. I like it. It's just very, very. Use a soft brush. Oh, I love it. And this is 流体. 流 why I always write 流体? Because when I was young, my parents bought the book, the calligraphy copy book, calligraphy model book was in Liu style. So our whole family was just using that book forever and ever and ever. I think my mom still, well, my mom passed away, and my mom has used that book when I was young, many years. Yeah. Okay. Oh, beautiful. I love this book. Yeah. Okay. So that's about it. You will find all these things in my online shop. And I just feel now we are traveling less, and we have more time, we have less distraction, and because we have too much distraction, if you open up the news, you usually, no matter what kind of news, you usually end up discouraged, or, well, for me, a lot of time I get quite discouraged. If you are encouraged, respect to you. So this is also a way to keep ourselves away from the chaos, right? Thank you very, very much. I love you. I really do. Do. Bye bye, friend.